All right. Shows we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to group therapy, where we get therapeutic with each other. If you are hopping on, say hello. Tell us what you're reading. We've got some fun faces together. I feel like this is going to be a fun show.
Definitely.
For book therapy talk. Yes, we are. Did we post this? Well, when have you guys post it? Because I don't think I... Oh, Crystal, did you?
30 minutes left of Sinner. Ooh, I need to get to that one. I've got to get to that.
Hello.
Sierra Simone, right? Yeah, I got to get to it.
Is that the one after Priest?
Yes. Because I snagged those covers before they were gone. Okay. He is just like luscious on there, so I cannot wait to get to that.
That audiobook is so good.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Tori. Hey, Jen.
Hi, Tori. Hi, Victoria. Oh, love that book.
It's a good one.
Oh, I wanted to read this one. Didn't Jen read this? I think so. Isn't this like a mafia? Maybe. In the weeds. All right, so while everybody's telling us what they're reading, do you want to go around? We can introduce ourselves and then just say what you're reading.
Sure.
Sound good? All right, Sam, if you want to start.
Hi, I'm Sam from Sam Reads a Little. I'm trying to finish Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. I'm on part 2 of the audiobook, so.
That's a chunker.
It is, yes.
She's at home.
Should I go?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jess from Honest Fiction. I just finished Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. So now I'm starting What Was Meant to Be by Q.B. Tyler. I just finished the prologue, so I'm like barely into it.
I loved that one. But that's just me. She like works for me sometimes, and then other books I'm like, absolutely not.
This is only my second book by her, so we'll say. The other one was Love Unexpected, and I did really like that.
Oh, okay. I love that.
Which direction you want, Melissa or me?
It doesn't matter. Whoever.
Go ahead,
you
Melissa.
can go.
Okay. I'm Melissa from Book Bar, and I'm reading. I'm trying to break down reading Cruel Prince and House of Earth and Blood because I have live shows for both of those. And House of Earth and Blood, I'm like reading like 20 pages a day because I'm trying to annotate it because this is my third time reading it. So I'm probably going to read those two. And if I finish my pages for today of those, then I'm going to read Funny Feelings.
Oh, I love Funny Feelings. That is definitely a favorite. It was a sneak attack favorite for me last year.
That's why I didn't start it till this year because I was like, I know it'll probably be in a favorite. So
that just happened to me. I just read Restore Me by J.L. Seegers, and I'm done. Deceased, done. I immediately jumped into Talia Hippert's like unfairly what is it? I'm listening to it right now. Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. But on the reading sprints, I think I'm gonna do Undertow by Sam Mariano because I think I can get a good chunk of it in the Coastal Elite series, and it's on the shorter side. So I want to do that when I'm with you guys.
I love Sam Mariano.
I'm Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life, and I'm reading Daughter of the Forest. It's a fantasy with a romantic element, but it's not like a fantasy romance. It's mostly fantasy with romance in it, but I'm really liking it. That far in.
I need to read more fantasy.
Yeah, I love fantasy.
To me, fantasy is A Court of Thorns and Roses. That's like
that's one.
I put that on your
Cheyenne, don't even make me say it.
Okay, Melissa, you and everybody else put that on my thing. Recording Mr. Fury. I am planning on it. I even like filmed my wrap up, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start that this month because I need a change of pace. You know what I mean?
Listen, I need updates. I need you to FaceTime me. I need all of it.
I want you to, Cheyenne, I want you to finish A Court of Mist and Fury, and then I want you to try From Blood and Ash. I'm really curious. I think you might like that one a lot.
Isn't that like a bodyguard one?
I
Or no?
think
He's
kind of.
Yeah.
It's
What?
super slow to
It's
start,
more
though,
like
so I don't
normal.
know. But
Like
Yeah.
all
It's
the
more
TikTok
normal.
girlies
Yeah, I
go
can do
feral
that.
for that one.
Like when there's like sword fighting things and like weird like ears, and I just don't know if I can do that.
I mean, it has all those things, but it's still really good.
But like make it normal. I don't know. I'm willing to try it. I want to read that historical that you were talking about, Crystal, too.
I want you to read that so bad. I think you would love it. I really do. The Duke Gets Even, the new Joanna Shoup.
Oh,
Very, very good.
you need to read Elisa Kleypas, Cheyenne.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who's the one? Oh, isn't that what you were talking about, Crystal? Isn't that? Oh, it's Joanna Shoup. No, those are different people. Yep.
You might like Entreat Me by Grace Draven. Beauty and the
Ooh,
Beast
that is
retelling.
really good.
It's more like, it's Beauty and the Beast retelling. It has like a whimsical, mystical like feel, but it's got that angst and like a strong heroine, and it's not too, I wouldn't throw you in the alien romance deep end, but I want to. So I really do. Like sex worker aliens. I think you'd like that. But anyway, we're gonna start small and like in terms of like,
Just build our way up. Okay.
I think you'd like Entreat Me. I loved that from last year.
Okay. All right, let's see. I'm behind on all these comments. I am getting ready to read also, I think I'm going to start Poison Roses it's the new Tate James that just came out today. I've never read anything by Tate James, but this is like a mafia rock star romance. God bless him. That book is so good. I will talk about this book for forever.
Ooh, Mafia Rockstar. That sounds good. I love these mashup of genres. Like, I think it's like Catherine Moon's coming out with, it's a historical monster romance. I'm like, give me the historical monster. Give me the monster mafia. Like, I'm loving all these mashups that are coming out. I'm excited.
Yes. Yeah. Ooh, MM hockey romance. I keep watching all these TikToks of hockey players, and I'm like, what is happening? They just keep popping up. They're all over my page.
Of TikTok, have you all seen the comedian Matt Rife?
No.
Look him up. He is stunning.
Oh, okay. Okay, Sam. Hold on.
I think I might have just started following him. Doesn't he have see, I told you, I'm in a TikTok rabbit hole. It's not good. It's not good for my mental health.
I just started following the Creek Man, who's like, like Neva Altaj has used him to like promote.
He kind of has like a young Cillian Murphy vibe.
Hey, I'm gonna need to see a picture.
I've listened to some of his skits though, and he's kind of like
Wait, doesn't he look kind of like, this is gonna sound bad, doesn't he look a little greasy in some of his pictures or in some of his TikToks? What's his name? Like his hair's always like over.
He's got like messy hair.
Greasy. He looks like he needs to bathe, and like you can tell there's a handsome man under.
Well, that's what we call Destiny. That's what we call Destiny.
What'd you say?
Destiny. Yeah. Greasy Destiny. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
okay, I am way behind on these comments. I'm so
God,
sorry.
Malice. That's on my list.
Sell it, Tiff. Okay. Part of your world. I've seen this one going around a lot lately.
It's cute.
Oh, Tiff ends on a cliffhanger.
Wait, what? Girl, thanks for telling me.
oh, it's basically like the setup for the next book.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Jen saying that, so like that's okay. But I just it's nice to have the warning like from the beginning though, just so I kind of know.
Yeah.
Before I get it.
Anybody got anything for her?
Something to read.
Have you read Heartless yet? Or Flawless? If not, read those.
Well, give me a genre and we can start rattling some stuff off for you. Are you in like an alien mood, a monster mood? Do you want something darker, a little bit upbeat, like rom-com-y?
or what was your last 5-star read, and maybe we can go off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, Sam. That's good. Tori's listening to the audio along with the book. Are you guys reading Balance? Is anybody gonna do Balance? No? Okay.
Later this month.
No.
I knew you weren't, Crystal.
No. It gives me the yick big time. No way.
I know. I love it. I love it. I think you can. I mean, you technically could. I wouldn't recommend it though. All right, let's see. So
I am super curious about Balance. Like, I did download it just to see. Like, I would never hate read something, but a lot of times I approach books like that like, can I see what the appeal is here, even if it doesn't work for me? I'm just curious about that, but I don't think I will love it. But I am curious.
The audiobook's really good for Balance.
yeah, it's one of those ones which I've said this like a couple times before, where you have to like expect to see maturity over time in both of them, and if that bothers you in like the beginning and you just like can't get past it, I would say no. But I mean, she is 16 in the first book, so but the 5 books go over a period of time. If you can look past it, but like her circumstances are different. Like she lives on her own. She's not like living with her parents, so it's a different type of situation. I don't know. When I say it out loud, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that's the thing. And like, I've got a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old, and I'm just sort of like, I know exactly the maturity level, and I just don't know for me personally. Like, I just don't.
Yeah. I just.
Oh yeah.
I think that's why she's rereading it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's like crack. Yeah. It's just it's the drama too about it that makes you want to like. I love that. Makes it angsty. Yes, I know. Here we go. Okay, so I feel like we should start reading. You guys good with 30 minutes, and then we will chat back after?
Sounds good.
Is that good? So we'll go to, I'll just say 8:43 Eastern Standard. Okay. All right. Hello. That was fast.
Right? That's how I feel. Wait a minute. I love Sid Mariano's heroes. They are just
Next level.
they
Yeah.
are. They're just relentless. I love it.
Mhm. Yep. So good. So how'd it go?
I didn't read.
What'd you do?
Listen, I'm so mad at myself. I'm editing my video for tomorrow, and on my mic, there's like a little echo thing, and it must have been turned up a little bit. My video sounds a little echoey.
God, it's stressing me out.
Can you fix that and edit it?
I have no idea. And I'm like, the video is so good. Like, it was one of those videos where I just like flowed right through it. I'm like, I don't know.
We're not gonna care. We just want to see it.
Yeah, I was gonna say half the time we don't notice things like that. I have a janky fan.
This
And you can
involves
hear it in
cheating.
mine.
And I
What?
didn't realize this involved cheating, and I just found out. So, but I still really like it. I
Okay.
just didn't know that
You
going in.
like cheating?
Yeah, I normally am not a YouTuber.
Oh.
I love cheating. Not in real life, but in my romance. But
Ooh, good to know. Okay, don't break fine. Thank you for that.
yeah. I need to read more for like back list. Yes, yes, yes. See?
I care. I don't know.
Listen,
I made a little like slide in the beginning, and I'm probably gonna have to pin a comment and be like, "Look, I know the sound is crap. You don't need to tell me in the comments. I don't
Sam,
need that. I know."
do you ever like? Do you guys ever go back and watch your videos from like when you first started?
No.
I did once, and I will not do it again.
I like private all mine because I was like, there's no way I will let anybody watch
love
me.
But listen, sometimes I like to go back to like people that I love and watch their older videos just to see how far they've come. Because think about it.
Yeah.
If you're a new booktuber coming on and you see these people and all their videos are just perfect, that's a little discouraging. So I like to see where people started out.
Yeah.
And I mean, in a few years, if we're still doing this, we'll look back and we'll be better than we are now. You know, that's just life. We're always going to be growing and progressing. So
Yeah.
And I haven't been on BookTube that long to like cringe yet. Like my very first videos glitchy, there were editing issues. I was like, I didn't know how to like free up space on my cell phone. But it took me so long to get it up that like, shoot, you're watching it. I like took that freaking like leap of confidence to put it up. I won't private it, but I do go back and watch. Like over the Christmas break, my family was here. Them watching my videos, I'm like, I just edited that. I don't want to watch it. Like that makes me cringe. Like when my family's watching it in front of me, I'm like, can we watch something else? Like,
or like when they tell you that they watched your video, then I'm like, oh,
I know.
I didn't talk, imagining you would watch it.
My dad says he subscribes and like he watches like surfing videos and all these other things, and he's like, I always see every video, and he's like, I see all these like abs and things on the covers, and he's like, and I just am not sure what you're reading, and I don't even think I need an explanation because I just don't want to know. And I'm like, there are actually storylines to them. I mean, most of the time. But then like even my son today, he's 7, he plays with a little 11-year-old boy, and he's like, oh, he knows that your channel is That Tall Book Girl, and he told me you have 5,000 like something subscribed. And I'm like, he watches your content because he loves books. I mean, he should not be watching my content. They are too smart. Yeah.
Like I used to tell everyone that I had a channel. I'm like, like her second grade teacher, because
Oh
her
my
second
God,
grade
I
teacher
love
loved to read, and I'm like, please don't do that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, and like my first videos in the beginning, I whispered. I was like, "Hi guys, I'm Cheyenne." Like, I am not a whisperer. What the freak was I doing? I don't know if I've whispered a day in my life. I don't know what was wrong with me.
My first video was completely scripted, and you can tell. Like, you can tell my husband's right in front of me, like feeding me lines. And I want to private it, but I haven't yet.
Oh, now I want to go watch it.
Oh no, it's bad. It's so bad. It's from Blood and Ash. It's a from Blood and Ash video.
Oh, Jen, I need to read this. Mixed signal. This author's blowing up.
Yeah, I gotta read that one. Thank you, Victoria, because I gotta continue on after Love Life Herbs.
Mixed Signals is my favorite.
That's what I keep hearing in that. Like, well, Christy said that series progressively gets better, so I was like, okay, noted that.
Yeah, I liked Love Light Farms, but I didn't love it enough to read more from that author. But
that's how I felt. And then everyone's like, Mixed Signals is good. The third one's even better. I was like, okay, well then it's back on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it.
They're pretty long books, right? Well, Love Light Farms was. Or no?
I don't feel like it was.
Oh, was it?
I did the audio. It seemed like it went pretty quick.
Yeah, it went pretty quick.
I don't love holiday romances, so I think that was fine.
That one wasn't like super duper holiday. It's just a Christmas tree farm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd say they're probably around like what 320, 350.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're not bad.
I thought it was like 500 pages.
You know. But thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the second one from what, Bitter Heat?
Bitter Heat. She
Yeah.
writes it in third person.
Listen, you got to get over that. If you're going to read fantasy, you got to get over that.
Oh, are all fantasies in third person?
A lot of them.
No.
I'm screwed. I'm just like the black sheep. It's fine.
You'll get there. It'll be okay.
I don't know if I'll get there.
It's okay if you don't. I mean, that's not
Yeah,
everybody's
that's what I'm
thing.
saying. And if I don't, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cringe.
Yeah, I do too.
But it is encouraging when you hear from people who have been around on your channel for like from the beginning, and they're like, I've watched every single one of your videos, and they're still here. So yeah.
I don't even think my dad knows what YouTube is. Like, he's just. I told my mom about my channel though. I don't think she's ever watched it, but
My parents are too supportive. They don't need to watch everything. They watch everything.
I love it.
I love that.
I
I
mean,
do too.
every video, commentary on the earrings that I'm wearing. Maybe I should swoop that part in the next one. Oh, what's the topic? Like they're like trying to collaborate. It's like, please stop. But I love it too.
I love that.
I love that.
See, I feel like Thanksgiving, I have to avoid topics because I'm like, we just don't talk about YouTube in this place. We just skirt right on past that. What book are you reading? Oh, it's so good. I'm loving it.
They just want to bring it up. I'm like, no. But
Yeah.
it's fun to have fun.
Over the summer, my sister-in-law, like, we spent a lot of time together because I was in Kentucky, and she's really big into like reading stuff like Outlander, but like more like historical, less romance type. And she's like recommending me all these books, and I'm like, okay. And then she was talking about Bridgerton and saying how she had watched it, and then she wanted to read the books, and she's like, but they're all fluff. And I'm like,
Sorry.
I'm like, okay.
It feels like anytime anyone, like in your normal life, not in your like book life, finds out that you like to read, they'll either recommend you like Oprah books or Reese books, or they'll. And
Oh
it's
my
like,
gosh.
"You gotta
Yeah.
read those."
My mom recommends self-help books all the time. And
Yeah.
I'm like, Mother, thank you, but no.
I know my best friend's always like, "Oh, you should read this," and then I look and it's like Reese's book club. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, no, like that.
This little black book.
Those are your
Sophie's
videos.
Surrender's like over 500 pages too, so I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm.
What are we reading? She wants to know. I'm reading Poison something by Tate James. Poison Roses.
Undertow by Sam Mariano. And it's interesting to have like she's being bullied not by the hero, but like having bullying but in an adult like sort of landscape on her street with her neighbors, and they're trying to push her out of the neighborhood. I'm like, that's pretty clever. You know, to get that like same sort of theme but make it adult. I appreciate that. So that was fun. I wasn't expecting that dynamic at all.
I haven't read that one. That's the one that came out right before Sophie's Surrender, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a spinoff, right?
Which one are we talking about?
Undertow, is it a spinoff?
No, it's setting up the book for the next Coastal
That's
Elite.
that's what it is. That's
Oh,
what
it's what's his name? It's Dare's friend.
Landon?
Yeah, so it's following his dad.
Yeah.
His dad.
Landon is going to get the next book.
Okay.
There's a reason.
So it's like Landon's dad, who's this like high-powered lawyer that helped her basically stick it to her neighbors that are trying to push her out because she's a single mother. They're sexist. It's an affluent neighborhood. She got the property at a really good like deal way back when, and she doesn't fit the neighborhood standards, and so they're like bullying her and trying to get her out, and it escalates to the point where like she wants to go to a lawyer because she's sick of it, and Hayden is that lawyer, okay, who thinks she's a stripper when they first meet, and I was like, this is ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, he's already like heroic and forward and a gentleman and smart, and I'm like, so I like it so much.
Now I might have to read it. Okay, this is the book you guys were talking about, right?
Yes.
No, that's a different one.
Oh,
Well, that's
I just added this to my TBR. It looks awesome.
I love that book so
It
much.
sounds really good.
But
So
I know
what is
Sam
this one
doesn't
about?
like it.
well, Sam and I don't like a lot of books, so the same
So
Sam's life.
this one is like about a barbarian who is enemies to lovers with the heroine, who is also like, she has a physical disability, but she is like such a strong bad A heroine. Like I love her so much, and they're enemies to lovers, and then they have to like do stuff to join their kingdom and fight monsters and stuff, and then they fall in love, and it's also very sexy.
It's incredible, and you should listen to the Fated Mates podcast along with it. Push through the beginning, because you might feel like it's tedious. You need to push. You know to push.
Yeah.
And then also it's great because the third one finally has a release date this year. So, I mean, it's like the perfect time to jump on. But yeah.
The audio.
I would hesitate
the audio
to
book
recommend this to. I would hesitate to recommend it to somebody new to fantasy, though. But I love it so freaking much. It is a lot of world building in the beginning.
Okay. This is like, I feel like I'm in an intervention. This is crap.
You already know I'm going to be mad at you if you pick up another fantasy and don't finish Mist and Fury.
I'm doing, well, I didn't give you my word, but I told you I was going to do it. But I'm telling you now, it will probably be this month. I already have the audiobook of it. Just trust the process, woman.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Tori. Thank you.
For sure.
Yeah, I could not. I could not.
Oh my God. He wants to meet Beverly Jenkins. He's trying to go to Denver in March. And I'm like, Dad, you have to realize it's a huge signing. It's not just Beverly. And he goes, I just want to see Bev. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to get a ticket for the whole thing to see Bev. You know? I love it.
Are you going to Denver, Tiff?
I don't know.
I want to go so bad.
I mean, it's
Trying to
not
make it work.
far. I keep telling myself, like, it's not far. I do want to see Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
I better decide soon here. I mean, shoot. Before we know it, January is going to be over. I cannot believe how
Gosh, I know. Don't even.
it's crazy.
Behind me.
Yes.
I always say Untouchable should be the first book people start with first. Like if you can't handle Carter, you just
Yeah.
You know, Accidental. Well, that whole series is gobsmacking, but Accidental Witness is good for you to see. Like, maybe Accidental Witness. That's a whole series that's centered around a family, and you can kind of get to see how bonkers she can take things. But it's more of a, I wouldn't say no. Mateo's not an Eason. That's difficult. Where to start with her? Because Carter's kind of in your face. I mean, yeah, that's a good entry point. If you can handle Carter, you can handle it all.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like, but actually, I thought Dare was like very different from all of her other heroes.
Oh, yeah.
And I maybe in a good way, but also I was kind of hoping for more. I don't know. That's not my favorite that she's.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
The caveat with Dare that got me that's very different from Carter and why Carter just stays up here in terms of comparison is that Carter is willing to bend for Zoe's happiness. In fact, he orchestrates it. Where Dare will take her however he can get her, even if she withers and is whittled away. And that's where, like, in the end, that's kind of part of the San Mariano, like, appeal, though. It's like, I didn't leave that book thinking that she was safe with him.
Right.
She was with him.
Yeah.
Where with Carter, I knew that Zoe's, like, dreams and her future was safe and sound with him. And it could only be him and, you know, him, like, you know, overcoming trauma and everything. They were meant for each other in a different way. But he was willing to bend. And she was curious about his psychopathy. Like, she was a really strong heroine, too. And there's some repeated beats in the third act of that kind of, but yeah, Carter's like a little gem.
Yeah.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
He's
Even
crazy.
Like, what was her other one? Sam, what's the one that I DNF'd? Descent?
Oh.
No,
What is it called?
Resisting Mr. Granville?
Oh, I DNF'd that one too. What
Yeah.
was this? What was the other one? Is it
Descent? That's what Tiffany said.
Calvin?
Yeah. Yeah.
DNF that one?
Yeah, it just like I don't know. Like I could handle Carter, but that one felt like way too much to me. I don't know.
Because that's as if he's very much if Carter had never met Zoe and he just went about his life, mega bajillionaire, and just had all of the control. Like that literally was like horror. She was never getting over. There was no hope. Okay.
Yeah. But then like it would get to like parts where it was actually kind of funny, and I'm like, why am I laughing? Like the cat part.
Yeah.
Where he steals her cat. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. There's something, maybe it sounds sick and twisted, but there's something comical to me. Like even in the novella that I'm reading now, where their like level of like committed coercion to like corner the heroine is comical to me. Like how gone they are from them from the very beginning, what they're willing to do, and like just how they like don't understand why that's like inappropriate. Like I said no, but why would you say no? You know what I mean? Like they're just like extra.
Yeah, they're twisted.
They're so twisted. Beginner fantasies, yeah, I agree.
This is intervention. And I'm fine with it.
Mythology.
Okay, here's what I think, Cheyenne. Do you want my opinion? I'm gonna give it to you anyway.
I
think
love
that
when
you
you say
should,
that. I love when you say
I think you should try and get into historical first and then try fantasy, because a lot of times fantasy will read like historical, but then it has the fantasy element on top of it. So we need to get you some really good, spicy, angsty historical romances, which that Joanna Shoup should be like top of your list. I mean, in my opinion, when it comes out. Yeah, I think that's the path you should take. That's what I think.
Okay.
I mean, you read Sea of Ruin and you loved that.
Oh, I love Sea of Ruin. Yeah.
So
there's really nothing like that, but the historical vibes were just so good.
And I can listen to like an audiobook in third person. Like historicals were easy for me to follow, and maybe that's just like, I don't know, the way they communicate, and I don't know, maybe that's just how that is. But other books in third person I struggle with, but the historicals I felt more natural and was easier to follow.
Yeah, Joanna Shoup would be great for you. Gilded Age. You should try the Victorian Rebel series.
Yeah.
You like it.
The first one's what, The Highwayman?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Put that on your list too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just comment these or something?
I'll read it with you.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I'm just watch you down here. The Highwayman.
Still have to read that one.
Maybe she would like. Would you like Maiden Lane? Oh my God! If you like Maiden Lane, girl. Oh, Elizabeth Waite's Maiden Lane series. That's another series. That's like it's sexy. It's a little dark. It's
Okay, I'm so behind. This is. You're on to something. One step from fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
read that book in a night. I couldn't put it down.
So freaking good. Oh my gosh. I wish she would do another one like it.
I think she's writing it now. I don't know. I
Is
keep
she?
moving in every time that woman posts herself with that computer, and I told her, "Why is this so darker?" She has like a protective thing on. I was like, "Pam, please lighten that up. I just want a line. I just want one line of what she's reading. Give me a hit."
Okay, this question. Have you guys read Passion and Venom by Shanora Williams? That book is amazing for dark. I will talk about that book for forever. But I think like for dark. What?
What's the
I'm
book?
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
I saw like a bunch of you about to say something.
I was going to say, was that on your list of favorites? That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
For the year.
Yeah. That's the one where she's like, her husband is murdered when they're on their way to their honeymoon, and she's kidnapped and like held hostage at his house. But they have like a past together, her and the hero. So she knows him from somewhere in her childhood, and he like wants to torment her, but also doesn't want to at the same time. So he like puts her through these like sexual torment type of things. And then it's a trilogy too, but they're like 200-page books. So they're so easy to read. And I mean, it was very unputdownable. And I don't normally like binge dark romance. Like normally I read one and I'm like, okay, I need like a palate cleanser after that. But
Yeah.
they were amazing.
Has everybody here done their favorite romances? Tiff, have you done yours for the year?
No. I'm
Melissa, you
almost
did.
done working on that video though, but not yet.
I've seen everybody's except for Tiff's. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, just interrupted.
I'm late. I'm not an organized queen. It takes me like I'm not even posting my last video I did for Vlogmas because it took me so long to edit, and it's like Vlogmas is over. So I mean, I didn't waste my time because I have that video to look back on myself. But I'm like, okay, like moving on.
Yeah.
It's kinda sucks.
I feel you on that.
Wait, so you already have it all the way edited?
Almost at the halfway point, I was like, I'm done doing this. It's already the first. Like, I'm just
You should
gonna.
post it. I love your vlogs.
Yeah, do.
Yeah, your
I do
vlogs
too.
are the best.
Mhm.
Crystal, you do a lot of vlogs, so yours do pretty well on your channel.
They do, yeah. I mean, you know, I feel like I do feel like a lot of my subscribers are there for my vlogs because that's what I kind of started doing, and people got used to me, and a lot of people do tell me that like the music and the drink montage, like all that is just very comforting. But it does depend on what I'm vlogging about too. You know, like if I have some strong opinions, those always do well. If it's books that I'm just sort of like, I don't even know why I vlogged these. These were very middle of the road. Then those don't do great. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of why I actually started a channel, is because I wanted to vlog, because I just thought it was fun. Thanks, Tori.
You like do like you make yours look exciting. I'm like, oh, I'm in my car on the way to school. The same thing I did yesterday. And
I love your vlogs.
no, first off, I look ratchet in all of them because I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything. I'm not putting on a full face of makeup for a vlog. And I'm
No, I like your vlogs because I'm nosy. I want to know what somebody's doing. So like
Yeah.
my favorite was when I watched one of your vlogs when you reached out to collab and you wrote, all you were doing was picking up those toys, girl, doing laundry. And I was like, yes. And like your kids were interrupting. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see people's lives, you know? So that's why, like, there was one, like, same thing, like Sam was doing laundry. And then like, ooh, you did like, it was like a recipe. Was it for Christmas last year? You made like, what was it? Buttered biscuit. It was something.
Gravy.
Oh yeah.
I remember that's one of my most memorable videos of yours, Sam.
I love that because I just always want to know what people are doing. So I love watching.
Yeah,
I do
that's-
too.
Any kind of B-roll, and I'm like, celebrating.
And Cheyenne, I think you really sell yourself short because your vlogs are so enjoyable. You're so approachable. You just are a natural in front of the camera. And I think that's what makes vlogs appealing to people is they get to see who you really are. I feel like I come off so differently in my sit-down videos than I do in my vlogs. And it's not like an intentional decision. That's just how my brain works. And so I do feel like there's a real appeal to vlogs. Also, not to just talk about vlogs, but like if they're longer, those make me the most money, like with YouTube ads and things like that, because and I don't like do it for the money, obviously. Like I don't like make much here, you know, but because they're longer and people get invested in them, they tend to do better.
Yeah. My vlogs just don't do well on my channel, like at all. And that's fine. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
But
And I think if they don't do well for you and you don't enjoy doing them, then I don't blame you for not doing them, you know.
Yeah.
It's really
I
got to
go to
be like
work.
a passion project, I think.
I go to work and I read, so I don't do enough to vlog. My life's so boring.
you're always at the pool, Melissa. I'm like,
I know.
where is this pool that she's at? Like, this is gorgeous.
In the summer when it's warm because I live in Texas, but in the winter,
But listen, I like sitting by the pool during the winter, just like with a blanket and like snuggling up outside. That's
I live in an apartment and they closed the pool down, so like you can't go there during the winter. So
Jess, do you do a lot of vlogs or no? You've done a couple every now and then, right?
My vlogs do terribly. So I just feel like there's so much work and they never get a lot of views.
Yeah, it's like your demographic too. I feel like the type of people you have.
I feel like vlogs are the easiest for me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, no.
Oh, does it have like music and everything? I feel like it takes forever.
For me,
Yeah,
they're
they take
over
so
above.
long.
For me,
Yeah.
they take a lot of work, but it's what I want to make. Also, all of you also do recommendation videos. I don't do very many because I have this belief that I don't read enough and I can't really add to the conversation. So I rather promote my friends' rec videos and just like do what I want to do. But I've been changing that so far this year because I feel
You know
like
what you really do, Tiffany?
Tiff, sorry.
So the video that I'm editing it's my favorite age gaps. So even if you don't want to like recommend books because you feel like you don't have like new books, you could do your favorites of every trope.
I would love, that's what I liked with when I did the collab with you, Crystal, because the way she framed it was like romances that make you believe in love. I was like, no, this is more personal, and I'm like, you can't judge me for giving my favorites with it.
Yeah.
That's my all-time favorite. That's fun.
And I mean, my personal opinion is rec videos, if they're a very generic rec, like I hardly ever watch those, honestly, because it's just too generic. I want to know what the person thinks about them. So even if I'm doing like a generic rec, and I think this would very much apply to you, Tiffany, because of the way that you talk about books and how you break them down. Like I always try to put like, why did this book appeal to me? Like, what about it? Why is this on my list when everybody else is talking about it? What is the appeal here? Because if you just say single dad, age gap, like everybody has those recs, you know, you've got to lean into what your strengths are. And you have so many strengths, Tiffany, when it comes to talking about books. Like you just got to brainstorm some and don't think about it as recommendations, because I let that like get to me so bad this last year, where I just didn't do sit down videos because I was like, I don't read as much as other people. I don't read the same types of books. I don't have any books to recommend. And then finally I was just like, you know what, that's okay, because I read how I read, and I'm going to talk about the books that I read, and I'm going to try and find a way to categorize them. And if it does well, it does well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At least then I'm talking about books that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And be selfish in that way.
Tiff, you're one of those people that I will go back to your page, specifically yours, and look at your wrap-ups to find like unique books to read, or ones that like I haven't, because sometimes I see yours and I'm like, I don't even know how she discovered that book. I've never heard of that one or that author. So like I think you have like something to work with too, just with even like kind of like what Jen said, in a week, if you read a couple that are your favorites, like, oh, here's my 3 favorite books that I read this week, and let me tell you about them, kind of.
And I also feel like, I mean, I know YouTube, I'm so sorry to be taking over the conversation, but like this has been on my mind so much lately, but I feel like because of how TikTok has sort of been dominating recommendations, and it's all because it's largely rapid fire.
Yeah.
That we, or me, myself, have to find a way to be different from that and stand out. Like there's only so many trope videos to music that you can make, like BookTube is here for discussion, and that's something that you are so good at, Tiffany. Like you're just great at it.
Thank you guys. I'm gonna reframe it. I got my structures in place in terms of like how I want to track my books and like the ideas, because I need a workflow. I have yet to start like batching videos, so I finally have some sort of structure, and I hope it holds, because I have so many ideas and no like structure and how to like. I'll start a video from beginning to end, and I'm like, that's not working for me, so we're changing it up. And I'm excited about it.
Look at Tori's comment.
Oh yeah,
I know, it's so good, Tori.
I know. I feel better because I'm like, like I immediately thought, I'm like, why didn't you just share that on a live stream? And then I feel better, so thank you.
Like, Jess, I want to see more about your life. Like, even in like your vlogs too. I'm like, you don't have kids. It's just like you and your husband, right? Like, I want to know what you do during the day. Those are the vlogs that I'm like, oh yeah, that's the life that I want.
So boring though. I feel like we don't do anything. So I feel like it's the same thing, just like going to Starbucks, reading a book. Like it's not.
I love that though.
Yeah,
I do too. It's
nosy.
the
What
type
are you
of life
thinking?
that like I don't have.
Yes. So you want to be nosy and you want to know
Yeah.
what people are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tiffany, you live this like high life. I'm like, this chick is
Probably
like,
not.
I know. Like I watch your stories at like 3 a.m. and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. It's like
I
so
see it
foreign
there.
to me.
I am my own child. Trying to be my own husband. It's crazy. There's lots of things going on in this house, multiple personalities at all hours of the night. I'm trying to tone it down.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's so funny. That is so funny. All right. Well, should we call it a night?
Yeah, this was fun.
it was fun.
Super fun.
Glad we got to chat. Thank you everybody in the comments and who read with us and just laughed and had fun with us. It was a good time, very therapeutic, and I think something we all needed on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Well, we will see you next Tuesday. I don't even remember who's hosting. I think is it Jen?
Jen.
Yes, Jen from the Book Refuge. She will be hosting next Tuesday. So be ready for more group therapy sprints then, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.